Hello everyone, I'm Phil Fogg, CEO of Consonus Healthcare and Marquis Companies. Today I am with Neil Marshall, President of Consonus Pharmacy. I trust that by now you have heard about Operation Warp Speed. It is the CDC's effort to bring a COVID-19 vaccination to reality as soon as it's safe to do so. We're here today, October 29th, 2020, to provide you with the most recent update available. I'm specifying that date because this is a very fluid subject. Material changes are occurring at a rapid pace, a condition that is likely to persist as we work our way toward the authorized release of one or more vaccines. I'm with Neil today because his pharmacy team has been closely monitoring developments and are actively engaged in the planning process. So Neil, what is the current status of the vaccine development and when do you think it's going to be available?
Phil, I had a college professor who taught us keep things simple, but never underestimate their complexity. And that definitely applies here. There are 20 plus vaccine candidates in various stages of development, but in the spirit of simplicity, let's focus on the 3 that have reached late stage trials. Those vaccines are produced by Pfizer, Moderna, and Janssen. Our chat today is focused on process and logistics, so I'm going to steer clear of clinical efficacy commentary. I'm going to leave that to Terry Fagan, my colleague, who will cover it in subsequent communications. But from a readiness perspective, we're being told that Pfizer vaccine is most likely the first available. Soonest that's projected to occur is in mid-November. Moderna is next most likely, with the earliest availability in the second week of December. Now, with both of those dates, it's important to remember that they're from a distribution perspective, which means all the details required to distribute and administer need to be ready. But it's far from a guarantee that the vaccines themselves will clear all the regulatory hurdles by that point. So the Operation Warp Speed team and pharmacies like Consonus are doing everything possible so that when the science works and the proven vaccine is ready, we're ready to go.
Got it. So obviously this pandemic has probably been, I know for me and all providers, has been the most painful period and most challenging period I've ever experienced. And for me, the vaccine is this beacon of hope. It starts a time clock, if you will, that has the probability of getting us to herd immunity and maybe getting our lives back to normal at some point. So for all of the people that are watching this that need hope like I do, can you be more specific about when the vaccine will be available, when you think this will actually happen, when providers could see it in their facilities?
Sure. So now the earliest possible date is late November. So some details on that. We know that access to a safe and effective vaccine is of the utmost importance, as you relayed. So the CDC has a plan to place the product where it's needed most. And that plan is based on 3 phases. The first phase is split into 1A and 1B. 1A targets essential healthcare workers, and that includes the staff at facilities, both assisted living and skilled nursing. And phase 1B is targeted at the residents of those facilities, and both are expected to be addressed beginning in late November into early 2021. And then it moves on to phase 2 and phase 3 when the vaccines make it out into the general public.
Got it.
One other comment, Phil, because I know you and all operators are concerned with both staff and residents. Now, initially, that 1A phase was exclusively for staff, and the 1B was for residents. But those 2 things may actually combine, so Consonus may be able to supply for both residents and your staff. And this should clarify over the next few weeks.
That's great. By being able to vaccinate both populations, staff and residents, this is probably going to mitigate some of the worries that we have about staff who may refuse the vaccine. Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that. I think both parties going collectively will build confidence in the safety of the vaccine.
Super. So the CDC released information that indicated 2 national retail pharmacies as the distribution solution. As facility operators, we're asked to respond to a survey that indicated our preference. And that survey also included an option to use your long-term care pharmacy. What does this all mean and what are you recommending?
Well, Phil, I think what's most important to know about that is that Consonus and many other regional long-term care pharmacies like us have signed provider agreements with the CDC. So this development emerged after the CDC realized that long-term care pharmacies are well positioned to support the rollout. We have those long-standing relationships. We deliver time-sensitive medications every day, and we're there with clinical support. So really, this vaccine process is more of the same. It's a little bit more complex, but we think all those building blocks will make it work. And basically, the CDC realized it could leverage that network to move as quickly as possible. So they added that option to work with your current pharmacy provider, a move that we're thankful for because we think it's the most expedient path to reach the greatest number of seniors in the shortest possible time.
I know you're biased, but why should a facility choose Consonus versus the two national retail pharmacies?
Well, we have long-standing partnerships of working together, and in a case where there's so much ambiguity and conditions will change over time, we think those relationships will help us partner together and move faster.
Yeah, I'm more comfortable if we're in control and we can make sure that we're doing the right thing for our staff and residents that we serve, no matter what the cost is, and or whatever the logistical challenges are. We're going to be focused 100% on it.
And we're of like mind.
So if we choose a long-term care pharmacy, Consonus obviously, in our case, what happens after we do that? What's next?
So the first thing we should know is that all these details will continue to evolve, but we'll keep you up to date as they do. And we'll keep you informed through all of our regular communication channels. And our experts are always just a phone call away as well. Our client services team is already reaching out with all this information and guidance. And as we get closer to product release, that same group will be back in touch to schedule vaccinations.
Great. So as a facility operator or administrator or leader, what could I be doing now that could be helping with the efficient distribution of vaccines when they are available?
In short, they should work closely with us to get ready. It's vital to the game plan that we partner in order to move as quickly as possible. And we believe the successful model will be one that mirrors the way we work together today. The pharmacy provides medications and clinical support. The community and facilities administer that medication under that guidance. For those national chains to scale up thousands of newly trained vaccinators to deploy across the country is a heavy lift with a lot of complexity to it. So we think that by working together as partners, we'll be able to move faster than they do. And we also believe that having the vaccines administered by caregivers who your residents know and trust will boost their willingness to participate. At every step, the pharmacy is responsible and accountable to the CDC for all elements of the program: the planning, the scheduling, the distribution, administration, and reporting. So we'll coordinate the entire process. We're just asking for our customers to partner and administer the vaccine.
It is confusing to me personally that retail pharmacies would get selected as the distribution solution, but that's probably another topic for another time. You'd want to have the people who are skilled and experts at doing this. But so one more question about the CDC survey. If a facility selects a solution, but then they want to change their mind later, can they do that?
They certainly can. Now the survey that was sent out was really for rough cut planning. They had to create a sense of urgency around it, but it's really just to help formulate initial plans. So the choices being made today are non-binding and can be switched.
So Neil, we're obviously biased that long-term care pharmacies should be the solution for skilled facilities and assisted living facilities. Can you provide our customers some guidance in terms of how they should fill out the survey?
I would encourage our customers, Phil, to choose Consonus as their current pharmacy provider, along with one of the national chains as a backup plan.
Got it. That's great. So this is a rapidly evolving and complex topic. I think that's clear to everyone. Is there anything else that we need to know or our customers need to know?
Well, the high-level information that I've outlined today is solid, but there's still many details being worked out. So know that it will shift along the way. But Consonus has a team of pharmacists, operations staff, informatics specialists, and senior leaders engaged on it every day. We're going to stay on it, and we'll keep everyone informed.
There's a lot of noise going on right now in the media. I think you and I, we exchange articles almost on a daily basis about the vaccines. In follow-up to that question, how will you communicate with our customers? I know we're doing this video, but on an ongoing basis as these dynamics change, how do you plan to do that?
Yeah, our primary means of engagement are through our client services team. So our pharmacists and nurses are in touch with staff daily on this topic and will continue to do so. We also have a robust email communication channel we'll be leveraging, and certainly publish additional videos when we're tackling particularly complex topics. I just want to add and be really clear that there will definitely be challenges, perhaps even frustrations as things change. But I'd ask that we work together and keep the end in mind. And more than anything, we all want healthy seniors, care settings that are open to family visits, healthy staff, healthy businesses, and a pathway to putting some of this behind us as quickly as possible.
That's great. So I think just to conclude today, I just would encourage every Consonus customer to please stay tuned. We're going to just do our best possible to keep you guys updated. And please know that this is our highest priority. This is what we get up every morning thinking about and trying to figure out how to make this happen in as effective and efficient a manner as possible with, as Neil said, prioritizing the health and safety of your staff and the residents and patients that you serve. If you ever have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to your Consonus contacts or any of the relationships that you have across this organization. So thank you, good luck, and let's keep the hope.